Είμαστε στο TV World του Mad και του Metal Hammer λοιπόν και σήμερα ίσως βιώνουμε την απόλυτη τιμή για αυτό το τηλεοπτικό τσίρκο που λέγεται TV World. Μαζί μας είναι ο James Hetfield των Metallica. Hello James, welcome to Greece once again. I saw the playlist you're playing during this through the couple of days, and I saw that you're playing a lot of songs that you played the last time in Europe. I mean, do you enjoy playing all these old tunes and not playing the recent material? Is it more fun for you? Is it what?
Well, it's tough when you're doing festivals and also you have a lot of material. You want to do something new, you want to do something different, you want to do the ones that people identify with. And a lot of times, you know, we haven't done some of these festivals in years. But we did the festival circuit last year also. So we're hitting some of the festivals we've done. So it's every night is different. And sometimes that's fun, sometimes it's, for me, you know, introducing the wrong song or something, you know, or starting the wrong one. But as far as, you know, the stuff on Sane Anger, you're maybe talking about playing some of that.
You're not playing a lot of nothing from Saint Anger and just one song from the Load Reload stuff.
Yeah. Well, as far as that goes, I guess, you know, we have so much time and they just don't make the list. That's all. But we also don't want to be one of those bands that are just playing, you know, the favorites. You want to put some in there. So we have been playing, you know, like a song like Ride the Lightning, and Justice for All, Whiplash, Four Horsemen, you know, some songs that we haven't played in festivals in a long time.
In a few days you're playing in London for an event to raise money for the Alliance for Climate Protection, the Live Earth. That's something I believe that politicians should care of. I mean, do you think that rock and roll, metal, rock music can fill the gap of politicians?
No. Fuck politics. I mean, I can't stand it. It drives me crazy. And there's even, you know, there's politics within music, you know, and the business side a lot of times really bothers me. I like playing music. We were asked to play, and I said, okay, I want to play. There's a lot of people going to be watching that show.
Well, so the vice president of this Alliance for Climate Protection is Al Gore, whose wife Tipper did the whole PMRC thing back in the 80s. Do you think that the Gore family reconsider about rock music?
I don't care. I really don't care. And I don't like talking politics. Metallica is about music from us, music for the ears of our fans, you know? Really, that's what it's about. I don't like playing for any cause. I had to get a little more talked into playing this show. I don't like any strings attached to things. I want to play because I like to play.
Well, so Metallica are in the studio right now to making their new album, and I imagine that things are a bit different now within you, since the previous time.
Within me, within the group, within everyone around us, yes. There's a lot of growing up happened, you know, on Saint Anger. We went from hating each other, not talking, to, oh, I love you, hugging, all of the, you know, one extreme to the other. And both of them were just a little bit crazy. So we're somewhere in the middle now where I think most normal people live. Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
we're feeling better about it. And all the therapy and the work we did for Saint Anger is really for this record. Because now we don't have Phil Toll, the therapist, with us. We don't have Bob Rock babysitting us a lot. That's not his only job, of course, but a different producer, and we're trying to take more responsibility for ourselves and you know, grow up through the process.
Do you think that this movie, the sound kind of masterwork for Metallica? I mean, there are two sides in every story. For me, I saw the sensitive and the human side of one of my favorite bands, but there is the other side, and as Kerry King of Slayer said, that's the quote exactly, I saw some fragile old men that can't have a cocktail anymore.
Sure. And that's probably what they saw, and that makes a lot of sense. That's what they're afraid of. You know, they don't want to get old, and everyone gets old. Everyone goes through things. It happened that we went through that on film, and we're not afraid to show ourselves to anyone at any time. That is pure freedom right there. Putting that movie out was more for us, I would say. I'm not interested in showing everyone my dirty laundry, but that was a part of human nature. It wasn't to shock anyone. It wasn't to make money. It wasn't to. There was no ulterior motive of that except showing what we went through at that time.
Okay, so you're making a new album at the moment at the studio, and Rob Trujillo, your bass player, described it that music-wise it sounds like a crossover between Master of Puppets and the Black Album. Kirk Hammett said that there is a lot of Middle Eastern feeling in there. What's your opinion on that?
I think there always is, as far as scales go, you know, minor scales. There's been that type of stuff since, you know, Fight Fire with Fire, very, very much like that. And Robert just yesterday said, hey, that solo section in Fight Fire with Fire, it sounds Greek to me. It's like, yeah.
Well, that's an expression you used, Greek. I mean,
No, doesn't sound foreign to him. It sounds like, you know, Greek music maybe. Because we've been around here a little bit listening.
Then give me an M, give me an E, give me a T, give me an A, give me an L, give me fuel, give me fire, give me double telestar.
Last year you celebrated the 20 years of Master of Puppets album, playing the whole album in its entirety. You played also in Spain, I think. What's so magic about Master of Puppets? I mean, Dream Theater played the whole album in their shows. Machine Head said that they're gonna do their own Master of Puppets. New bands like Trivium, Avenged Sevenfold, Bullet for My Valentine, they all worship, they all bow to Master of Puppets. Do you think that Metallica can, or any band, can have the opportunity to repeat its magnum opus again?
Well, I think it's more of a landmark when I think a band says, we want to record our Master of Puppets. That's more of the landmark. I think it was a bit of a peak in the band with Cliff Burton. Just like the Black Album was, I think, a peak with Jason. And maybe we'll peak somewhere with Robert somewhere. But Master of Puppets, who knows? Who knows why? Just a bunch of good songs at the right time that happened, you know?
Robert Plant has said about Stairway to Heaven, I don't care about the song, I was just 22 years old when I wrote it. Are you saying the same for Master of Puppets?
It's not that I don't care, but there's no extra thought put in it. We were just doing what we were supposed to do, and that's play our best music. And we were just thinking about that the other day. We were driving in England and looking in all the bushes between the estates, you know, saying, oh, that's a hedgerow. And then we started singing, there's a bustle in your hedgerow, you know, the lyric from Stairway to Heaven. Go, what is that? The most popular song in the history of rock has some gibberish lyrics, you know? It's just magic somehow.
Metallica worked with Rick Rubin as a producer, and this guy has worked with bands from AC/DC to Johnny Cash, and from Slipknot to Red Hot Chili Peppers and Linkin Park. What's so special on Rick Rubin, and why did you pick him up to produce your new album?
Well, yes, you're right. It's not luck. It's not luck that he's these albums that he does are they sound good, and they hit the mark. They hit the mark. That's why I think Bob Rock. God bless Bob Rock. We've learned so much from him. But at a point, we were too enmeshed together, and I think we needed to just separate for a while. And working with someone new, someone who we might be able to respect. It's tough when you're at the top of your game and you've done it all, and you need someone to show you things, or hopefully he's going to show us some things we don't know.
Okay, last question. There's a lady in Sweden, she named her daughter Metallica after your band. There is an author in the United States, William Urin, who wrote a book about Metallica and philosophy, and he tried to spot the connection between Metallica, Plato and Nietzsche. There are kids who fight discussing Metallica. I mean, do you feel all this, do you feel responsible for all these people? Do you sometimes feel that the name Metallica is somewhere out of your control?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. We are four very grateful and lucky kids that play music, and we got together and started playing music. The name is big.
Man, you influenced the life of so many people. This lady named her daughter Metallica. The other guy wrote his diatribe based on Metallica and philosophy.
I don't know what to say. We're just doing what gift we have, and their gift may be writing a book. Naming your kid Metallica, I don't know about that. Maybe my dog or something, but your child, hey, if they love it so much, why not? You know, people getting married to Metallica songs. You know, it's hopefully it's not just the trendy thing. It really moves you. And everyone in life just wants to be moved and feel like they are a part of something, or feel alive. And Metallica music does that for me. and I'm grateful that it does it for a lot of other people.
Come on now!